So today in my version of Hana Banana Bread, I'm going to be starting with 3 very ripe bananas, and I'm adding brown sugar and then cream cheese. Gordon Ramsay, Sheldon, you inspired me the other day. I was watching your show and you guys were off in Hana. You got some banana bread. Well, I've been out there about 30 times myself. I have a blessed life. And you know what? I decided to make my version of Hana Banana Bread. Thanks for inspiring me. I even wore my puka shells, can you see them? And my dive bag. I never go home without it. So today on my version of Hana Banana Bread, I'm going to be starting off with 3 very ripe bananas. And I'm going to be cooking this in my toaster oven because it's real warm today. So I'm going to be using a small pan with parchment paper just to help it come out. A couple eggs, my butter, and there will be extra. This recipe is for a full-size pan. So I'll be using this as well to kind of make up the difference. I'll be able to give these away as gifts. And I use brown sugar with this in addition to the white sugar. And I'm going to be adding cream cheese and vanilla, and of course the salt and the flour and baking soda. So don't forget the most important ingredients, enthusiasm. Thanks for watching. So I'm going to take this and watch how I prep the pan. I'm going to take a little bit of spray. And the reason is I'm going to take this parchment paper, I'm going to put inside here, I'm going to leave some little handles to help pull it out. If you want to, you can spray the bottom here a bit, and this go in. Yeah, there you go. And see how the spray makes it stick? Very nice. So that's prepped. And of course, like I said, I'm going to be using some these because I will have extra. Now, like I said, if you use a full-size pan, this is a mini pan, it fits in my toaster oven. If you use a full-size pan, this recipe is perfect. So, I've got that sprayed. Let's see how my butter is melting. So as the butter is cooling down, I forgot to tell you about something. I'm going to add a ½ a cup of raisins. This is really nice. Nice little extra. In addition to that, I'm going to take a cup of walnuts, broken up walnuts. These are pretty big size. So I'm going to take them, break them up a little bit. These are half, so I'll break them into like quarters. And I'll mix these in last. Like I said, the recipe is there. So just enjoy the show and get the recipe later. So there you go. See that? That's really nice. So this is cooled down because I don't want to heat up the eggs when I add them. I'm going to add my white sugar and the brown sugar. By the way, I got a science tip for you. So just to let you know, baking is a science. And even though a recipe says, do this, doesn't mean they're telling the truth. Because your elevation may be different than theirs. Your temperature in your oven may be different. Your hydration may be different. You know, humidity may be different. And all those factors control your baking. But here's the magic trick we're using today. We're going to take this, I'm always going to undercook it and start checking it for every 10 minutes, and then I'm going to start putting this in. And with this little skewer comes out clean, we're done. So I've got the melted butter that's cooled. I've got the brown sugar and the white sugar. I like mixing this together at this point. Matter of fact, I'm going to throw in my vanilla at this point too. I like vanilla. That's probably a teaspoon and a half. Notice how this mixes up real well. You don't have to worry about the flour incorporating. You don't have to worry about the bananas getting beaten too much. Okay. So we're going to add our cream cheese here. So because the butter is cool, I can add my eggs. Okay. So let's double check flavor. Oh my gosh, that's good. Oh my gosh, that's good. So I've got my flour here, pre-measured. I've got my salt and my baking powder. Very important. Now I'm going to mix this up now, so it's separate. Okay. Now I'm going to start incorporating it into the flour mixture. Beautiful. Doing good. Doing real good. Next step. The mashed bananas. See how that's liquefied? You can see that in there. It's really liquefied real nice. Okay. There you go. Got that. Mix that up. Now I'm going to add my ½ cup of raisins and my cup of broken walnuts. So I'm going to mix this up real good. Now I like to fold this in. You can use a blender, but if you fold this in, you're not beating up the raisins, you're not beating up the bananas anymore. You're just letting it sit. Got the baking soda and the salt. So this is all done here. So let's start filling this. If you're using a full-size pan, you can go ahead and just throw it all in the full-size pan. For me, put it in here. Now it's only 3/4 the way full. All right. Now I'm going to cook this in my toaster oven because it tends to brown a little bit too soon. I'm going to put it in my toaster oven for about 350 and start checking it every 10 to 15 minutes. When it gets brown enough, I'm going to take it, turn it down to about 250 and leave it for another ½ an hour or so. The key is you keep on watching it, and I'll show you how to check to make sure it's done right. We're going to take this, I'm always going to undercook it and start checking it for every 10 minutes, and then I'm going to start putting this in. And with this little skewer, it comes out clean. We're done. So when it comes to banana bread, I always like to cook it before and cool it. So this I cooked yesterday. So I'm going to take this out. It's nice and cool. And let's see how this will come out by just turning it over. There you go. I know it tastes great because I've been eating the ingredients all along. We're not going to cut this too thin. It's always better to cut it a little bit thick. Otherwise it just breaks up. Oh my gosh. Now I give away a lot of my baking, so all I know is I'm going to have some happy customers. Now those are about 1 inch thick. So if you're serving this to friends, look at that. Watch this. Add just a little bit of powdered sugar, 1 inch slices, and a touch of spearmint for color. Your friends will be impressed, and it tastes fantastic. Thanks for watching.